It's so simple. We did not add but maybe about 5 ingredients, and it's going to be such a delicious dish. And what we're going to do is, this entire time my fire has been on high. You're going to keep it on high. Once you see that water that we just added start bubbling up a bit, stir it up, and just keep on working. Once it gets to that point and the water starts to evaporate, then we'll add a little bit more. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make as much chicken as I use, so you want to definitely add your water accordingly. You don't have to add any flour or anything like this. The curry and the potatoes is going to make that the liquid you add nice and thick and create a gravy on its own. No flour needed. Let it do its thing for a little while. Once we hear it bubbling again, we'll add some more water. Okay. Alrighty. Over here is the bok choy, as we call it in Jamaica, bok choy, whatever. So many people call it so many different things. I've already washed it and prepared it. This is going to be a simple, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredient dish. Well, not including our spices, of course. And I've already washed them. I have a red bell pepper, and I'm going to use the whole red bell pepper. I'm just going to cut it into chunks like that. Don't worry about trying to cut it all nice and pretty or extra fine. We're just dicing it up. I now have half of a green pepper. I'm going to add that. And this we're going to actually not cook it until the chicken and the rice is done, because I like to make my curry chicken sit for a few minutes before I start eating it. Hear the oil crying over there? Let me cut that down a little bit. I have in that some oil heating, because when we're done with this, I'm going to fry the good old plantain. I have a tomato and a half. And we're just going to chunk that also. Pause for a second to give my chicken a stir. As you hear, it's bubbling already. I'm just going to give it a nice stir. And pretty much this is the dish. You just want to make sure your chicken is done though. So we're just going to keep on checking it, keep on stirring it, add more liquid if we need to. But the goal is to make sure that the chicken is thoroughly cooked, because we don't want raw chicken. That we do not want. Now let it simmer away. Didn't even dawn on me. Same thing with the onions. We like our veggies around here, so we don't have to disguise them, but some people want them chopped up real fine because they don't really want to be able to tell that they're there. But like I said, it's certainly up to you. Okay, in our pan we have some butter, chopped up onions, peppers, red and green bell peppers, and a tomato and a half. You can certainly choose to chop them smaller if you want to. We're not scared of our vegetables, so we like them a big hunk so we can taste them. And I have some bok choy here. Funny thing about bok choy is when I was a child and my grandmother would fix them, I hated it. The only way I liked it was when she made the Jamaican version of chicken chop suey, and they would add the bok choy to the chicken. That's the only way I would like it. Other than that, I couldn't stand it. Now, I love it. Isn't it funny? And when you're younger and your parents tell you that you're going to like it when you get older, you just don't think they know what they're talking about. But now I absolutely love it. This, we're going to slice it up real fine. I like to leave some of the stem on there. Some people don't like it. They cut it off. All I did was cut the hard ends off, but I like to keep the white stem up there. And we're just going to slice it like that. Nothing special. I'm going to actually cook this a little later once the chicken and the rice is done, but I'm just preparing it in my pan. As with most vegetables, and when it cooks, it's going to shrink. So that's why I'm putting it all in the pan. You might say that looks like a lot in the pan, it's going to shrink. So don't worry about it. Okay, that's all done. We're going to put that to the side and come back to it, and then we get ready to peel and fry plantains. That's one of the most popular things when you walk in a Jamaican restaurant. Even when I owned my restaurant, if I did not have some plantains on someone's plate, they would be upset. A lot of people think you do something special. Nothing special. You buy a ripe plantain, you peel it, and you throw it in some oil. No salt, no pepper, no nothing added. Some people choose to add honey from other cultures. We don't. It's sweet already. You ain't gotta add nothing to it. Just fry it and drain it and eat it. So we're gonna set this aside and you're gonna get ready to fry plantains. Let me check this chicken while I'm at it. Look at how good that's bubbling. I'm not gonna add any more water to this because it's got just the right amount of liquid for what I want. We don't want to drown it in gravy. But we're just gonna let it continue to do its thing until the chicken is cooked. Which we are not far from done. And look at how delicious that looks. That's a nice curry chicken with those hearty potatoes. The potatoes that I put in there first have kind of melted and helped that gravy out. I know that rice is just probably about done. A little secret, the reason why I choose to use parboiled rice most of the time, it's hard to mess parboiled rice up. I'm telling on myself, but that's the truth. When you cook, it is so hard to overcook parboiled rice. If anyone ever cooks parboiled rice to the point that it's overdone, please contact me. I want to meet you because you are special. How in the world did you do it? Parboiled rice cannot be overcooked, no matter how long you cook it. So even though I didn't pay it any attention, I know it's not overdone. Okay, this chicken is just about done. And look at how delicious it looks. Trust me, best curry chicken you ever had. And a nice stir. Okay, I'm going over here now, and I'm gonna get to the sweet part of the dish, the plantains. I've already peeled 3 plantains. I'm gonna show you. When you go in the store, you'll see these things that look like big bananas. Believe me, you don't want to pass over the ones that have the little black spots on them like this. These are the ones you want. The ones who look nice and pretty and yellow with not a blemish on them, they are not fully ripe. It does just like a banana. Maybe just a tad bit harder, but you could just take your knife and just go right under the skin like that and peel it off. Just like that. And what I like to do is when I'm slicing them, I like to just take the knife and just go on it, cat-a-cornered, like that. No special way of slicing them. Some people prefer more even looks, so they'll just slice it in half. My mother does it this way, slice it in half and goes like that. I'm playing with the food now. But hey, you can cut it whatever way floats your boat. Don't cut it too thick though, because you do want it to have that nice crispiness on the outside and going through the inside. I prefer it that way. So, I think I'll just finish cutting them the way my mama likes them. Don't cut your hands. Plantains do cook fast. Check them. Don't walk away from them. You will come back to a black mess. I mean charred mess. So don't leave them. And I'm going to go ahead and drop all of this in my fry basket, and then it should be a few minutes and then we'll be done. Alright. Drop some in both baskets. I like them to be nice and crispy, so I fry them for quite a while. I'll say maybe about 5 minutes tops. But if you like them more on the soft side, just fry them for like 2 or 3 minutes. It's not like you're trying to make them done. They're really like a banana. It's not like they're going to taste nasty or raw or anything like that. Just I like them crispy. So I get them when they're really, really ripe and then fry them until they're really, really crispy.